Alright guys, so downloaded DDU. I'm about to go ahead and install all the NVIDIA drivers. So let's go ahead and click on clean and shut down. We are gonna go and replace our GPU from 4090 to a 5090, which is right here. There you go. It looks like it's done and it's shutting down. And we're gonna go ahead and uninstall this big block. And also I'm gonna be updating the PSU also. Here we are. We moved it from our desk. I took off the back plate. I also removed the front glass. So I'm gonna clean it up a bit. It's a lot of dust in there. So I got my blower here. Oh yeah, that's a lot of dust. Right, now that I cleaned it up, the GPU first. It's supposed to be like this. Look at that, quick and easy. That was quicker than I thought. That's the Q release for you for this motherboard. If you are wondering what motherboard I have, it is the ROG Crosshair X870E Hero. Right there. Okay. But yeah, very convenient. No need to press any buttons. You just have to remove it in an angle. All right, but yeah, look how big this 4090 is. That's crazy. Old GPU is now in its box. I'm gonna just put it there for now. I don't want it being dropped in a hard surface, so to be safe, I put it inside its own box. We are going to replace the PSU with the RTX 1500i, 1500 watt PSU. Hopefully it goes smoothly as we think. Hopefully, so we'll find out. Wow, that was a pain. Oh my God, finally got the 24 pin out. I got the 8 pin also right next to it, and then the two 8 pins on the top. Wow, that was scary and hard at the same time. I've seen like people ripped those plugs from the motherboard, which is no good. I didn't want to rip it off. So I have to be very, very careful to make sure that, you know, the latch is pressed on and I pull it safely. I think a little bit of advice for people trying to get it off, especially for the 24 pin. When you click on the latch, pull it from an angle. Angle it to the right and then pull it, press down on the right and then pull it to the left instead of straight up. It's a little bit easier, I found, for me. But yeah, finally got it out. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it straight up and then take off the PSU. Voila. It's all taken out. Okay, let's go open up the box. Dang, it's a bit heavy. This thing is heavy. My gosh. And there it is. Wow, it's huge. My goodness. This thing is huge, bruh. There we go. Nice fit. Nice and flush. Let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Okay. That's and 4. All right. All right, I know it's a little bit messy, but we got the 24 pin plugged in and the 8 pin right underneath. I just need to plug in the 2 over there, but before I do that, let me go clean this up. All right, there we go. A little bit cleaner. Pulled it out. We got our motherboard 24 pin and the 8 pin all nice and tucked in. We got everything plugged in. Hopefully they are nice and tight. And then we did a little bit of a cable management, all nice and tucked in. And then if I do this, there you go. The only thing that's left is plugging in the GPU. So here we are. Here's the 5090. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's very light compared to the 4090. It is very light. Now, before I do this, let me get my screws ready. Let me get the screws first before we start putting this in. Be right back. All right, let's do this. Let's plug this in. All right, it is in. It is in, boys. Let's go. Let's go ahead and screw it in. Will it even reach? Nah. This thing's not even gonna reach. But you know what? This thing is light. It's not gonna sag. I don't think it's gonna sag at all. Nah, I don't think it's gonna sag. Yeah, it's not gonna reach. Damn, that's a lot of space underneath. Look at that. Look how much space is underneath that thing. Wow. So much space. All right, let's go plug this bad boy in. There you go. All right, nice and clean. Everything is plugged in, it clicked. It's just a matter of turning it on. Hopefully it turns on. We won't know. It's nice and clean though. Cable management is nice. So we'll see if everything turns on. Nice clean look. Woo. All right, it's a moment of truth. All right, guys, we're gonna turn it on for the first time. Let me turn on the PC motherboard. Okay, motherboard have power. Let's go ahead and it's hooked up to my other monitor. Here we go, my heart is racing. Pressing the button. Okay, it lights up. Everything's lighting up. We got the GeForce GPU lighting up. Let's see if it'll show up on the monitor. Sheesh. We got BIOS. We got the BIOS. Let's go. Oh, it's turning on. It's turning on. OMG. OMG. Okay. Okay. The only thing that's not turning on, that can be easily fixed, is the my AIO light. Probably just got a little bit disconnected, but we'll fix that. That's easy. Not the AIO, but the fan light on the top. That's an easy fix, I think. But here we go. It turned on, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it's like a little bit heart racing, you know? To see if it'll turn on or not. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and download the GPU driver. All right, so it looks like the RGB from the AIO radiator turned on automatically after a few minutes. So let's go ahead and install the NVIDIA graphics driver. Click next and installing. It looks like we are good so far. I am liking this simple RGB lighting, that white light from the 1590. I am loving that for some reason. Look at that, 1590. We got everything working. And I am happy. Look how clean this is. But look how so much space from the bottom. So much space from that bottom. I don't know. But hey, we'll see, we'll see. Here we go with all of his glory. We got the 1590 set up. We got our dual screen. We got our two 4K screens up on the top. Our main Alienware 4K, a little bit curved screen. Our setup is nice and done. Let's go. Wow. Of course, we're gonna do some benchmark. Let's see how good it is. We're gonna go ahead and play some games. But nice, look how nice and simple and clean this is. Let's go.
No, 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 no.